last night I was able to speak with family members as well as leadership of the Long Plain First Nations, as well as the Assembly of Manitoba Chiefs, and I confirmed that the federal government will be putting forth $740,000 towards additional work that needs to be done with respect to research looking at how to handle issues of biohazards, for example, as well as developing plans for construction and so on. So this was advised to the families yesterday, and this morning we are confirming again that money will be going forth to support the families.
What about the search? What about the search? Are you not funding the search?
Well, if you look at the feasibility study, we we support the feasibility study, and as a result of that, additional issues had to be addressed, and this is the next step in that process, and this is something that the Long Plain First Nations have been asking for. This is exactly the plan that they had sought, and we were able to confirm today that supports are available and going for issues, and our news release will outline that, but particularly it will look at issues of biohazards and bio-waste that was identified in the feasibility study. We'll be looking at additional work on conveyor belt, additional work on potential construction, what is required for the search to be done. It'll be looking at personnel costs and personnel requirements, and it will also look to work with other levels of government as well to see what obstacles may exist, including issues around labor, including issues around permits for search such as this.
Is this the first step, or are you willing to make further steps down the line to ensure that a search does happen?
This is, in fact, the second step. If you look at what we did, we did support the initial feasibility study. $500,000 were given. This is an additional $740,000. And as we go forward, we look forward to working with the new government-elect and the Premier-elect to see what we can do together. This is something that requires the cooperation and definitely the support of all levels of government, including the provincial government. So we look forward to working with them.
Does a new government change the calculus in any way? I mean, does it make a search more likely?
Well, the Prime Minister will be speaking to the Premier-elect today, and I look forward to working with his government as well as others as well to ensure that all parties who need to be at the table are able to support families as
Are they going to be maintained?
Prime Minister, I was going to see a report out today showing that people who kill Indigenous women are far less likely to be charged with first-degree murder than people who kill non-Indigenous women, and when they are sentenced, sentences do tend to be shorter for the killings of Indigenous women. What does this say to you? Are you trying to work with justice to try to correct this imbalance in justice?
There's certainly issues of systemic racism, I think, that are profound within our criminal justice system. I know Mr. Varani is well versed in the different challenges involving the criminal justice system. In my previous role, we were able to work to address issues of systemic overrepresentation of Indigenous and Black Canadians with the passage of C5. So there's definitely a lot of work to do, and I don't think the report today should be shocking. It is sadly part of the colonial legacy that we're trying to untangle.
Are there any contingencies attached to this new funding? When would you like to see this work done by?
Well, this is the time frame we're looking at is about 90 days, and this money will be rolling out forthwith. And we're confident that the community impacted will be able to work with our officials to ensure speedy work is undertaken.
So then what happens after the 90 days?
Well, I think there's a window where I think we need to look at what the next steps are, and this is where we need all parties at the table, including the provinces.
So how committed are you to actually funding a search, though, the $184 million that it may take?
Well, I think I've been clear from the beginning. We're in it for the long haul, and we will continue to support the families. This is the next natural step in this process, and it's important that we get that information required in order for us to assess where we go from here, and this is where I'm looking forward to the province of Manitoba being at the table.
And you personally think the federal government should put up money for the search? Do you personally think the federal government should put up money for the search?
I think all governments need to be part of this process. From a federal perspective, I've been very clear that we're in it for the long haul, and we will work with the families, the community impacted, as well as the province of Manitoba to get to the right answer on this.
The new government
Thank you,
did say
everybody.
that they
Thank
will.
you. Thank you.